Let's see. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I just need to get this fixed a little bit. There we go. Good morning. I'm going to talk about that, Deborah. Yeah. Hello, Artistic, Christina, Marie, Flora, Robin, Suzanne. Oh, two Robins. Hi, Robin. Robin and Robin. Hi, Craig and Clara. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, so I know everybody wants to know how my brother is, and as you can see, I'm probably looking a little tired because I am. It's 10 o'clock here in the morning, here on the East Coast. But of course, too, I have to acknowledge some of that tiredness is my own fault because there's only so much that can be done at this point. So as you know, the hospital really let the ball drop with my brother's second knee surgery. What I found out last week was the other surgeon had put a woman's knee into my brother. So that's why it fell apart, it broke, and for 10 months, it was off to the side and, it was bad, right? And so now this new one didn't give him antibiotics. And my brother is very medically complicated. I am his caregiver, for those of you that don't know. It's really frustrating because they're not letting me care for him. They're not letting me bring in his meds. So they dropped the ball with his medication and he started to go into withdrawal. And I was like, okay, well, look, I have the medication. Well, we need a doctor's order. Okay, but that's fine. But you were giving it to him, but now you're not. What's going on? He's been on it for 30 plus years. I said, I have to call 911. I was like, he's sitting in your hospital, but now you've thrown him into withdrawal. You can't stop that kind of medication in 30 plus years. It doesn't work that way. And so now what I found out this morning is that basically they're running out of options with the antibiotics. So now they're opening the knee back up. They're flushing it out. They may have to leave it open. This just seems so unacceptable. It's so unacceptable in 2023, isn't it? That people are getting infected from surgery and it's not being handled immediately. And if you read what I put in the community tab, they did the unsafe discharge. And they sent him to a beautiful nursing home, one of my favorite nursing homes. It's a nursing home I'm very familiar with. I got one of my certifications there. They actually said, he's too sick. We're sending him back. And for all of you who work in the Medicaid, Medicare system, now you know what that means. It now means that the hospital gets nothing. They don't get paid. So now my brother's in a hospital where the surgeon he's not going to get paid, right? The nurses aren't going to get paid for this. Nobody's going to get reimbursed. And so now I'm concerned. Yeah, the nurses will get their regular paycheck. I know someone will say that. Yes, but there's nothing backing it from Medicare, okay? Because you can't do an unsafe discharge if you're on Medicare, Medicaid. And where he's disabled and they chose to just get him out of there, now no one's getting compensated. So now my brother's in a situation where nobody's taking care of him, I'm afraid. And the visiting hours are so limited. They're still doing the whole pandemic situation over there. I'm not sure why. They're certainly not taking very good care of him. So a lot of you asked, what have I done? What haven't I done? So I have called an attorney to go in there. I have called the patient advocate. Okay, let me put it this way. Anita and I are on a first name basis at this point. I've talked to the surgeon multiple times. I've talked to his nurses every shift change. Because once they started telling me that they were floating nurses, I was like, look, I'm somebody that used to do scheduling and whatnot. I know what floating means. It means that you didn't have somebody scheduled. And so, he's in acute care. You don't float those kinds of people. I know better. I've been in the medical field for too long. And just so you're clear, this is not some mom and pop hospital. This is one of the ones that's an offshoot of the big city hospital. So I thought maybe it would be a little bit better. But on the other hand, when I did his cards before he went in, I could see my card, because I have two cards that represent me, and I could see the 5 of Wands. And I was like, wait, what am I fighting about? Because I could see ultimately the knee's going to be okay. Have I thought about going to the media? My brother's still his own person. So that would be illegal for me to start divulging that sort of stuff. I can't just do that, but you're right. Sometimes you have to. You know, but we have not had good experiences with him in hospitals. So it's just been a nightmare. But thank you for all of your support. I really appreciate that. Why are they still with the COVID? I have no idea. I have no idea why they're still doing all these restrictions. Honestly, you know what? No, I do. I do know why. Because what they got to learn, because the hospital I went to for my surgery, actually, I got them to say this to me. They think that because I was coming out of surgery, like I wouldn't remember. Because I was like, well, why can't Michael come and be with me? Why can't he be in post-op? And they said, well, you know, I was like, no, really. And they said, well, it's just easier to not have the family members here. And that's basically what I'm getting with this situation. Because so I know a lot of you are like, wait, I have a reading with you coming up. Okay, I can't go there any more than what I'm going. So I'm going to keep doing my readings. And for those of you, you know, waiting for that empath seminar, it's coming. I think I'm going to do it Thursday because Thursday, I can't be there at night anyways. The hospital's not letting you be there right now. I'm not allowed to be there at this moment. So I have to keep being productive. I need to keep being of service to others. I need to keep helping people and, you know, just doing what I'm doing. But yeah, thank you members for sticking this out with me. And, you know, for all of you members, not like just turning your back on me as I'm going through this, because this is such a tough situation. And I had an inkling that this was coming, but you never know the details, right? Yeah, Helen, yes. Helen's telling me to start an attorney. And some of you have suggested particular hospitals. He is too sick to move. I have tried multiple times to get him out of there. He is too sick to move at this point. But obviously, I never just take people's money. Like, I would never just not give a reading or not do something in membership. So, no, Wednesday I plan on doing readings, and Thursday we'll do the empath seminar. I mean, that's about all I can do. You know, it is what it is, you know, but thank you for all your good wishes and, you know, your prayers and the Reiki that you're sending him. And, you know, and also too, for helping me with that stalker situation. Okay. So a lot of you sent me what she was putting in writing. And like I said, it's kind of a slam dunk case because she does put everything in writing. But a lot of you saw that she was putting absolute crazy stuff on her community tab. She since took it down, but we all took screenshots now. Thank you for letting me know. I mean, it's scary, right? I mean, saying that you're getting joyful from causing someone to suffer, and like she's getting like more and more euphoric, basically. She's getting like a high off of it. It's bizarre. So I did trademark. I did my end of it. But yeah, she's made it very clear she's not just going to go away. You know, it's very strange. You know, the whole situation is strange. But before I get into the readings, because first of all, we have so much juicy stuff to talk about. Let's face it. I really like this deck. It's called Energy and Spirit Oracle. It's by Sandra Ann Taylor. And when I pulled a card for myself this morning, I said, you know what? This says it all. Letting go of urgency. Surrender, freedom from time constraints. And I was like, you know what? I'm trying to make so much happen. I do feel like, okay, this is an urgent situation, right? Because this is life or death at this point. You know, he's not responding to the antibiotics. They're not giving him the care. But you know what? There's also so much I can do, right? There's only so much I can do. And so, yeah, letting go of urgency. And maybe I just thought somebody else needed to hear that message. But we'll do a 3-card pull at the end. But anyways, let's get into it. I do have my bottled water. So one thing, let me take a sip here. One of the things that I've been working on is I got myself one of those big water containers because I was like, I really want to reduce my impact on the environment. And it was honestly just out of sheer laziness that I wasn't. So, you know, I'm doing the bottled water, you know, the big ones that you keep reusing, and then you wash the cups. So I've been doing that. So as you probably know, I'm sure if you watch this channel and channels like me, that 45 is going to be indicted tomorrow. He's going to, you know, his 45 tower. He's going before a judge. There's criminal charges. I think we all just recently learned there's 30 separate charges with this, right? So we know that this isn't just a simple hush money type issue, right? There is so much more. First ever for a former president. The DA that you're going to hear a lot about is Alvin Bragg. And he is giving a speech, which I wanted to take a look at, allegedly tomorrow night when he gets back home. But because I'm thinking, that's not going to be much of a speech, because I'm getting a gag order. I don't know about all of you. You can put in the comments, tell me what you're getting, but I think he's only going to be able to say too much. What I think is going to be the bigger issue, I mean, tomorrow's going to be fascinating, right? Let's face it, because it's never happened in our history. But what I think is going to be the bigger one is that Mar-a-Lago obstruction of justice case. I think that's going to be much, much bigger. Those documents, all of that, that's coming, you know. But no, actually, someone's saying that, oh, if it was a spouse, then I'd be allowed to be there now. I am his caregiver. I am his caregiver. But anyways, let's take a look at what's going to happen to him tomorrow. Now, is everyone okay looking away for a second if I just pull this down? Because I feel like it's still up too high. Okay, I feel like, yeah, it's up a bit too high, but... All right, so tomorrow, 45, being indicted. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, well, you're not going to be surprised. So this is like a huge tower moment for him, right? I mean, raise your hand if you're shocked that I pulled this card, right? Nobody would be shocked because we'd all be having a tower moment if we were in that position. But of course, too, I mean, most of us wouldn't have been doing what he did to cause that. Obstacle. So, you know, the card of joy, of celebrating, celebrating milestones, and, you know, yeah, that's his obstacle. This is not going to be a joyful occasion of, you know, celebrating any kind of a milestone, I don't think. So then I get one of my cards for the US. Okay, so, you know, I have two. This is one of them. So, okay, yes, we know that this is something that really does affect us. It does get hung up in court for a while, and it has very heartbreaking results for him. So this is really, truly just the beginning. I feel like it's a domino effect. I want to do a video where I'm just looking at the energy of April, because I feel like it's going to just spiral. It's starting now. Here we are at the beginning, but it's then just going to spiral. It's just going to keep going. Like, this is not the end. This is the tip of the iceberg. Yeah, it's just going to keep coming. Well, yes, and I mean, Lindsey Graham's upset, but I mean, they're all kind of upset because, you know, this is a brand image, right? I mean, this does not make the Republicans look good to have all this happen, right? This isn't a good look, right? How could we say that? But let's take a look at the DA, Alvin Bragg, and see how it's going to go for him. Let me just get my cards lined up. Oh, and I hear Annie. A few of you actually were asking about Maggie, because that's my brother's cat. She's eating, she's drinking, she's functioning, she's doing her thing. She's getting extra snuggles from me right now, but she spends her days snuggling my brother. So, you know, she is walking around the house and meowing. Oh, we had a card jump out. Okay. Oh. What jumped out? Okay. So we're asking about Alvin Bragg. And so his courage, his strength, all of that is going to be tested. Big surprise. And I don't know if you can hear Annie meowing, but she is right here with me. She's just talking. Okay. Okay, so, oh, thank you, Hawaii Bound. Thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate it. Like I said, everything's going towards the wedding at this point, right? You know, we still need happiness and good things to look forward to, right? No matter what goes on in our lives. So that tells me Alvin Bragg has the money that he needs. He's getting the support. He's getting everything that he needs to move forward. Good morning, Ivana. But he is going to have like a lot of emotions. He's going to have a lot of emotions. It's not going to be a slam dunk. Okay. He's going to win on some things and not on others. You have to remember there's 30 separate charges. It's not going to be all 30 goes through. That's that. But he's in it for the long haul. He's in it for the long haul. Okay. He is there for because this, as you know, this is my card for a legal battle. So you can hear Annie. She's just talking. Oh, Alexandra, thank you. Oh, you guys are so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Blessings and love to you too. Thank you. So yeah, this is my card for a legal battle. Here's the thing. I think Alvin Bragg has what it takes. He is going to see it through. He's not just going away. None of that, you know. But like I said, but once again, like I've said before, it's not a slam dunk because this isn't the thing that I see taking him down. 45, that is. Oh no, is it making some of your cats meow now too? I'm sorry. So I want to look at that whole speech situation because I don't know why, but for some reason it's really pulling my attention. It's really grabbing my attention. Yeah, exactly. Yes. It's not about just one payoff, right? Okay, so looking at his speech that he's giving. Huh. I wonder how many people are going to turn up. I don't think it makes Suzanne, I don't think it makes a difference at all. I don't think it matters if they take his passport or not. He already has a Secret Service on top of him. They can take it all they want, but what difference does that make in reality? He's just, if he wanted to get on his private plane, everybody knows it, right? So, I mean, he literally has U.S. government agents with him. Yeah, I don't see the passport things ever being an issue. Wait, what? Hang on. What? Okay, I am thinking not too many people are turning up for this thing. Okay, and he's encouraging us. I like that. I'm thinking not too many people are showing up. Okay, so something about truth that's coming out tomorrow. And then look at that. You know, so I think that tells you a lot that, okay, this is not going to be what he hoped and what he thinks. And I really do feel like when you start combining all these cards that he's not going to be able to say much. And if he does say too much, that's that for him. Done. That's when he has to start getting worried about things getting very real for him. Because let's face it, tomorrow we're not going to see him in handcuffs or anything like that. That's not going to happen. Hi, Cecilia. You know, none of that's going to happen. But it's going to be the beginning of this domino effect. Oh, Craig, thank you. And Miss Clara, thank you, thank you. But what I want to look at is the thing that I'm thinking is the big deal, which are the obstruction of justice charges with the documents that were found at Mar-a-Lago. That's what I think is the bigger deal, okay? Oh, and did you all see that Marjorie Taylor Greene is going to hold a peaceful protest? A peaceful protest. I just kind of got a little bit of a chuckle out of that one. Like, oh, goodness. Goodness gracious. Oh, and then I'll tell you what my next psychic hit was, and then you can tell me what you all think about this one. But it has to do with the indictment swag that he made all that money from. Okay. Yeah, good morning, everyone. I see everyone still trickling in. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, see, he acted foolishly with that, right? Taking those documents was very foolhardy. The obstacle, the truth, right? The sword of truth. Here's the sword of truth. So that's a problem. If you act foolishly and the truth comes out, that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? See, that's what I mean. The Mar-a-Lago thing feels way bigger. With those documents, that feels much bigger. Oh, welcome, Seska. And then that's when things start flying at him. So when those charges come, which they're coming, and I'm going to say that they will come this month, they start coming, they start flying. It leaves him totally ungrounded. And judgment, the judgment card. That's the thing that does it. You know, I'm going to go on the fence and say that's his bigger problem. So, okay, I just found out about this not that long ago, about the indictment swag. So apparently you could purchase indictment gear. I don't know, tote bags, cups, shirts, stickers. And he sold them and made $5 million off of people for indictment swag. And I was like, no, like this can't be real. That sounds bizarre to me. And I said, you know what? Something doesn't feel right about this. Like, is that legal? I mean, we know that he grifts. I mean, come on, we know that. But something didn't feel right. And so I was like, wait, what did he do with this $5 million? What's happening? Because something felt very, very off to me about that. Okay, indictment swag. You gotta love it. Yeah, there is something going on with that. There is. Right, and you can't make it up, right? You can't make this up. You can't. This is going to be a problem for him. I don't know why, because I don't know how these laws work or any of that. All I know is something is going on with it. They're going to have to make some choices. Legally, there's going to have to be choices made because, first of all, we've never had this happen. Well, of course, I mean, I see all of you saying grifting, but at the same time, I mean, he's been grifting his whole life, and that's never been an issue. So it certainly does cause conflict. There is something with this $5 million. There is something. There is something. And it leaves him trying to like pinch his pennies, hold on to security, all by himself, not getting support. There is more to that $5 million. I don't know, like, because I don't understand how all this works, because let's face it, we've never in our lives had this happen. But keep your ears and eyes out for that $5 million indictment swag. There is something more to that. I mean, there's just something more. I don't know, but it just feels very strange, very bizarre to me. Right? Like Buffy says, just because some people have money doesn't mean that they're smart with it, right? Yeah, just keep paying attention to them talking about that on the news. I really feel like there's more to come with that. I wanted to look at the tornadoes in the South and the Midwest and happening in places that it shouldn't even happen. I mean, we had, I wrote it down, 50 tornadoes in 14 states. That is just not normal. You know, this is, you know, and for people that, you know, aren't in the US, you know, we don't normally just go through this. Like, this doesn't just happen. But yet it is. And so this is kind of scary. I wanted to take a look at, you know, are we going to get a reprieve from these tornadoes? Are they going to be able to build back okay? You know, every time you hear the news, the death toll keeps going up. You know, so scary. Oh gosh, Michelle, oh, wait, who's at Midnight? No longer has the license to sell merch, probably. Yeah, maybe, I don't, but I feel like more like he's getting in trouble for something with this. Like there's, like, you're not allowed to do what he did, if that makes sense. All I know is I got a psychic hit about it. So that tells me something's coming, something's happening. I don't have all the details, but yeah, let's turn to look, because I know this is affecting a lot of you guys. Right. Yes. It's not even tornado season yet, Kelly. Yes. Right. There's more, like, all the time. Super scary. Okay. Okay. So things slowly get better. I can see that. I mean, first of all, we are strong, right? I mean, this is one of my cards for the US. It's also a card of, you know, like peace and love and hope. And oh, thank you, Rosa. I appreciate your donation. That's so kind. But we are strong. We will get through this. But this is also a card of harmony. But it's leaving us a lot of brokenhearted, right? A lot of us are feeling very sad, you know, especially all of you that are going through it. You know, it's just awful, isn't it? So it's going to tug at heartstrings. You know, people are losing their lives. They're losing their livelihoods, you know, their homes. You know, this is obviously very upsetting. But I like the outcome a lot. You know, the card that things start anew again. There's like a renewed passion and community support. Like we all pull together. You know, it's like the Ra talk about, you know, yes, it's terrible when you have storms and things like this. It is. But one of the things that it does on the flip side is that it creates opportunities for us to be of service to others. And that's actually basically exactly what the cards are saying. It gives us a chance to be of service to others. And I think that's, you know, such an important thing. And I do feel like they are going to rebuild. You know, I do. They're going to rebuild. It's going to get better. But in the meantime, yeah, there's like a lot of, you know, sadness and whatnot. And I see my ring in there too. So finally, yes, they did fix the band and all of that. And so hopefully that's like the last of the drama with the ring and trying to get it the right size, right? Unless I really start to gain or lose, I guess. So I wanted to end with a 3-card pull. This is that Energy and Spirit Oracle deck that I was talking about in the beginning. Okay. Oh, and also too, let me say, I am trying to return. I spent 2 hours this morning returning emails. And I'm not even close. So please, if it's an emergency of some sort, email me again. But just know that I do see your emails. I'm trying to respond to as many as humanly possible. But at this point, I mean, I already was like 3,000 behind. And now it's probably like 5 or 6. So I'm trying to return everybody's emails. But also members, know we will do the empath seminar. I'm not going anywhere. You know, it's just sometimes you can't be in 2 places at once and you need to be okay. Oh, thank you, Leslie. Oh, I like that. Look at the little dancing dog. Even though you guys always say you get the animals right, because I thought the other one was an avocado. So I don't know. To me, it looks like a dog. Just ask, because these cards are quite different than most. What does Spirit want you to know right now? What does Spirit want you to know right now? 1, 2, or 3? Here we go. Card number 1, Angels of the 7 Chakras. Power, truth, connection. Yes, there are angels that can help you align your chakras, align your energy. Because, you know, when you feel better energetically, you feel better physically, mentally, psychologically, spiritually. So call upon angels to help you with your chakras. Number 2, up from the depths. And it says releasing difficulty. Like you're starting to leave those things that were bothering you, the things that weren't working out for you, some of that sadness, some of the trauma that you've been through. You're pulling yourself up, right? And we all need that. And then lastly, I love this one, the healing heart. And it says love, acceptance, romance. So this is a time to really heal your heart, be able to give and receive love, allow people to love you, give yourself permission to love others, and let go of some of those past hurts and past traumas that have hurt your heart chakra and hurt your heart, so to speak, right? Because it's all connected. Your heart chakra and your physical heart are very much connected. So I'm glad that I got to do this. I'm also going to be putting out a short later about which guide wants to work with you. I thought that would be fun. And I do need to do like an April energy reading video. But please, if you haven't already, please do hit the like button. I can still see that most of you haven't. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, check out membership. Members, I haven't forgotten about you. I just had to reschedule. That's all. But all right. So wait, trying to read everybody. Yes. Sometimes that happens. All 3 cards will resonate. Yes. And that's fine. Sometimes you need more than one message for sure. But all right, everybody, thank you so much for being with me. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope you have a really beautiful Monday. Bye, everyone.